Yo, 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 we back, we back, we back. I'm all nice and showered and changed and refreshed. What is up? What is up, my friends? How you doing? How you doing, my friends? Yeah, something's going on with my Twitch. You know, I think I might have a tooth fairy. I think I have a tooth fairy on my Twitch. Somebody curating my content. Well, maybe that's a good thing. Well, thank you, whoever you are, for keeping my Twitch safe. Thank you. It's good to have support. Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, let me just gotta pop out these chats. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I think that's fine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, chat? How you doing? Hi, how you doing? Welcome back. I had my workout earlier. If you guys were here earlier, I restarted the stream. I took a shower. We did a 30-minute workout. I did stair climbing. So I already got my daily workout out in. WSP? What does that even mean? Tammy, you're crazy. Diddy Kong? Diddy Kong Racing? Is that what you guys are talking about? Donkey Kong Country? Good, and you? I'm doing fine. How are you? How's the weather up there? Are you okay? Yes, yes. I'm just trying to get through yet another day. Just trying to focus on the here and now. We're going to be doing some drawing again. I'm taking a little, it seems like I'm taking a little bit of a break from World of Warcraft. I'm giving it a little bit of time. Oh, what's up means what's up. See, I'm learning the lingo. Gen Z and Gen Alpha lingo. Because I'm hip. I'm hip. God damn, I sound like an old lady, don't I? I'm a grandma. No, I'm not. I'm an aunt. Hormiga. No, yeah, I'm like an auntie. Hey, I'm in the MILF range. The best one to be in. You good, baddie? Yeah, what's up, what's up? That's what's up, that's what's up. I'm just trying to gain my bearings. Yeah. Yeah, I got the thing where you like, you got the thing in your ear where it's like you can hear yourself and you're like, Are you a late Gen Zer? No, I'm a millennial. I'm 38 years old. I grew up with Pogs and Saturday morning cartoons where they showed X-Men. And I remember when X-Men Evolution came out. It was amazing. Like Rocco's Modern Life, Doug, Rugrats. Ah, Real Monsters. I never really watched that one though. I watched. Actually, I didn't have cable as a kid, so I got to see all the shows that were like on like more like not public broadcasting, but like stuff I could pick up with an antenna. I'm 38, and so like I watched like Sailor Moon after school, and then Pokemon, and then Aladdin and Gargoyles. I think that was the order. I don't remember what the order after school was. You don't look that age? Well, who really does look their age? Have you seen LeVar Burton? He's 69. I think he dyes his beard white to look older. That guy is so young looking. LeVar Burton, from Reading Rainbow, and Geordie LaForge from The Next Generation from Star Trek. LeVar Burton? That guy looks like he's like 40. Like I think he dyes his beard white to look older. Like he's aged very gracefully. And it's inspiration. People, men and women. I like looking at people who have aged healthy and gracefully. And it looks different for different people. Some people might say somebody looks old, but I say they look healthy. Because some people look old, quote unquote, but they're actually like really healthy. Like they like ride their bike every day. They're like working out, like lifting weights. Like look at Chuck Norris. Like that guy's still working out. You never heard of LeVar Burton? From Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. That was another thing I grew up with. Unemployed, by the way. Yeah, I mean, I'm technically employed, but I'm also receiving like government assistance, so I'm technically employed. I have work this week. Modeling for an art class. That's actually kind of what got me back into art, was because I started modeling for art classes. And I'm like in the environment where people are doing figure drawing while I'm standing there butt naked. It's actually not as weird as you'd think it was. It's like, it almost feels like I'm fully clothed. Like, I don't know how to explain this. I know a lot of people might say like, oh shit, I would never be able to do that. You're in an environment where people are very mature and respectful, and they're trying to improve their craft of art. And they're trying to learn how the human body works. Okay, like that, it's a very mature situation. It's non-sexual. It's not weird at all. And maybe I'm just also super comfortable with my body now, so that helps. Yeah, it's normal. Some people obviously usually, I don't know about this newer generation. Maybe Gen Z and Gen Alpha, the older Gen Alpha people, like the people who are just turning 18, right? Your major's graphics? Hell yeah. Yeah, keep up fighting for what you truly love to show up to. That you can keep showing up to work on it. And people are going to be like, oh, why are you getting into that? AI is going to take your job. Well, AI is going to take everyone's job, so you can just delete it from your mind, right? Like, if you think about it that way, if everybody's a superhero, then is anybody a superhero? So if AI is going to take your job, well, maybe it's your job to get better at not letting AI replace you. Hey, what's up, Dark Horse? That's my philosophy on it. I know a lot of people are really doom and gloom about AI, but it's like, well, it's like complaining about the weather. You know, you can't stop it from raining, but you can bring an umbrella, or you could just be okay with getting wet. Those are two options. You could wear a full rain suit. You could go scuba diving. You know, like you could either wear a full like rubber space suit or a rubber like raincoat and umbrella to avoid the water, or you could just wear a wetsuit and go scuba diving. That's my philosophy. I like scuba diving. I actually haven't learned how to do scuba diving. I'm not like certified or anything, but I like the idea of wearing a wetsuit and just learning to like be one with the water, right? Like be one with it. Be okay with getting rained on. It's just water. It'll dry. Now, don't get hypothermia, but like, you know, there's things you can do. Especially if you're like running, right? Like running in the rain. You can have, they do have specialized gear that doesn't get ruined in the rain for running and stuff like that. Some people are like, oh, it's raining. I can't go on a run today. It's like, yeah, you can. Just get wet. It'll keep you hydrated. You're not going to get sun damage. You know, like it's overcast and raining, so like you don't have to worry about the sun. Like you don't have to wear sunscreen or anything. So it's like, and you're going to get wet, so it might even hydrate you, right? Like you're getting hydrated while you're running, and it's keeping you cool. Like if you think about it, right? Like, isn't it better to run in the rain? Like, but people are like, oh, it's water. I'm gonna get wet. That ruins my day. It's like, well, it might ruin your day if you're wearing like a super fancy outfit that will get ruined in the rain or whatever. But if you're wearing like proper clothes that don't get ruined in the rain or are enhanced in the rain even. Nowadays, they're engineering some crazy shit. They're like engineering clothing that like warms up when it's wet. I think it's called a wetsuit. Yeah, if you love the rain. Some people hate the rain. They'll try whatever possible to not get wet. Obviously, it is uncomfortable. But like, it shouldn't stop you from like doing something. Especially if you're going to be out like exercising. Because if you're like out exercising, like you're going to be like warming up your body. You're going to be preventing hypothermia. And all that stuff. What am I doing? Oh, I'm setting up for art. Okay, let's set the environment up. I kind of want to use these, I got these like charcoal white pencils, and I do have black paper. So I kind of want to use these. Just to try them out, to learn, because working in negative space kind of trains some different things. Ah, god damn it, there's an ant. I think. Ant in my eyeball. Well, good thing I have these leaf pod eyelid wipes. Good thing I have these leaf pod eyelid wipes with tea tree oil and chamomile and xanthophyll. Not sponsored, by the way. I'm just making a bit. Like in that one movie with Mike Myers. Shrek. No, Wayne's World. I don't have to just use them in the eyelid. Tea tree oil, it's very obviously diluted because it's near the eye. Okay. You watch anime? No. Okay, so we got... I want to use... So it's like a... Don't hurt yourself with this. Yeah, don't hurt yourself with this, chat. Like, don't be dangerous. It's a very serious equipment. Oh, and it has another kneaded eraser. I already have a couple of these. Your face is beautiful? Oh, you're beautiful. You look like you're about to stab someone? True. Don't fuck with me. English only in the chat, please. I'm gonna have to translate that, and I don't want to do that all the time. Oh, Job, you've humiliated us. Ya ayub bihadalatina. Bihadalatina. Ya ayub bihadalatna. I think that's how you pronounce it. Bihadalatina. Oh, Job, you've humiliated us. Jesus Christ. How did I humiliate you? Ayub. Yeah, I like Arabic and like Hebrew biblical names. Like there's just something really like soothing about it. Like my name is Rebecca. That's a Hebrew name. I really like it. You know, people like Rebecca, Michael, Sarah, like Michael Sarah. It's my favorite person. What's up, Sir Jacob? I think they were talking about you. I don't know why I did that. Probably because I'm on stream. Rebecca, real snore, I think it is. Some people are weird in the world. Oh. That was my previous stream. Alright, let's start a poll. Pencils. Oh, which medium is your... which medium is your favorite? Pencil. Ballpoint. Dip. Dip pens, ballpoint pens, dip pens, rollerball pens. Oh, there's only 4. Okay, so we're gonna have to say ballpoint, dip pens. How about what? Oh, we're gonna skip dip pens. Acrylic. Or watercolors. Here, let's put acrylic or oils. Essential oils. Okay, which medium is your favorite? Acrylic and oils we're going to put in the same category. I'm going to time you out. Please, English only in the chat. I don't want to have to keep translating every time to make sure you guys are not being naughty. Look, I got these different white charcoal pencils. This is an eraser pencil. What? Hello? Well, it's only an eraser if it's on white paper. Let's see. Are these all the same? These are all just repeats of the same pencil, okay? It's not like they're different, like, strengths or anything like that. Those are just different repeats of the same pencil. Your medium isn't listed in the poll? What's your medium? 30? Oh, wait, should I have even asked? Yeah, so we're gonna work some white pencil for a little bit. So switching over to some black paper to really let it punch. Digital? Oh, well, digital, we're not counting digital, okay? That we already know digital is going to be like a ubiquitous, okay? Everyone uses digital. Well, not everybody, but we're not counting digital. We're talking about analog mediums. We're not talking about digital. Obviously, digital is going to be like an all-encompassing medium of its own. Because you can use different brushes that you can customize. Like, there's all sorts of different stuff with digital that it's just it's too big of a category. Like, it doesn't really match like any single category. Okay, let's make some big volumes. Well, first of all, let's set the center perspective right there. Yeah, let's just like set the main depth of the, yeah, so like I really like these pencils already. Jesus Christ. Yeah, nothing like white charcoal. Like chalk. Like charcoal. Like chalk. Chalk. Okay. Okay, now let's get the our medium, this is our dark, and this is our light. Okay, now let's do some blending. get some blending going. Do you study perspective? I studied a lot of things on my own. I did some formal training, but it wasn't very extensive. I mostly studied on my own, I'm exercising an endeavor right now in personal accountability by showing up every day to do some kind of drawing exercise of some sort, or trying to make something real from my imagination onto a page somehow. Yeah, it definitely blends a little bit differently than black charcoal. I feel like it's like a little bit, what is it, more dense? Like harder to manipulate than black charcoal, I think. Kind of creating a little bit of chaos. See what we can work with. White on black. Yeah, I do like the white on black. It almost reminds me of like a chalkboard. Oh, that's another thing, eventually. We need to do chalkboard art at some point. One of these days. Maybe when I move out. I want to do oil painting and more upright kind of stuff. Maybe one day I'll get an actual like chalkboard. You can make your own chalkboard. You basically get whatever surface you want, and there's a special paint, like you can paint it on to like make your own chalkboard, or blackboard, or green board, whatever you want to call it. And they make very high quality chalk pencils, or not chalk pencils, but like I mean, I could get a chalk holder, so I don't have to get my fingers all dirty. This is Picasso level. I don't know if that's, I mean, that sounds like a compliment. I don't have the kind of fundamentals to do what he did, I don't think. Or maybe I'm holding him up on a pedestal. Isn't that what all art students do? Am I an art student because I'm holding up a Picasso to like he's like some kind of god? Oh, I'll never, that's blasphemy to compare me to Picasso. Like he's some kind of god. A lot of people do that. Like he was just a dude. Like, come on. He did some great work. But I mean, in the end of the day, it's like, it is just work that he made, and he's just a dude. And now comes the blending. Ayo, Rebecca. Hey, mad lad. Are you mad, bro? Why would someone draw perfectly real painting when printers exist? The scribbling is the only real art now. Well, I mean, also, I think it's just like there's something new that's emerging. Not really new, but like the idea of filming the process creates a new art form that's separate from the artifact that you create. And this, we've already known this to be true. Like people like Bob Ross, for example. People appreciate his work not just because of his artwork. You know, some people even criticized his artwork as being like too generic, too bland, whatever. I think it was great, and it was he was using it as an education tool as well. But also showing the process in real time, especially nowadays with like YouTube, that is an art form all on its own. Showing the process temporally. Right? So like the temporal process of showing from blank page all the way through to complete product, like to create the artifact, you know, like that is its own art. You're feeling a lot lonely? Give me a tip to not feel this way. Try to focus on something that you can control, even if it's just getting your own special water cup. Like, I know, like, you know, this is kind of a shitty advice because it involves buying something with money, but get a special cup that feels comfortable for you, that like speaks to you. Because just having your own like cup tells your nervous system that it's safe to be you. And when you are comfortable with yourself, you feel less lonely because then you get to spend time with yourself. But also, I think people pick up on it. When you have like a peace about you, when you're like, yeah, I would prefer spending time with people, but I have a compromise of being able to spend time with myself. And I spend time with myself on my stream where I get to chat with you lovely people. You love Panda? You bought one? Oh, I thought you... I was reading the chat in the wrong... I thought Bubble said that he loved a panda and that he bought a panda. You love watching Brian Knox? I think I was watching him last night. Was he the guy who does acrylic painting? I was watching a playlist of a guy talking about, like, acrylic painting. And I fell asleep to it. It was, like, more involved. It was more educational than, like, Bob Ross. But he had Bob Ross vibes. I was also watching, like, a masterclass of a bald guy who looked like it reminded me, maybe this is kind of rude to say, but or maybe it's a compliment. It reminded me of watching, like, Captain Picard teaching me how oil painting works. Like, that's what it felt like. And, you know, people like Captain Picard, he engaged in a lot of the arts. I don't know if he did oil painting. Actually, I don't even actually know if he did. His brother did. His brother was an artist. And, like, I mean, I don't know, Captain Picard, Star Trek, plotlines. Basically, like, he would do things like Shakespeare and, like, I think, like, in Starfleet, like, especially captains, people in Starfleet are encouraged to improve themselves. That's the real currency in the Federation, like in the age of Star Trek, in the world there. their currency, it's not a utopia, but they have capitalism without scarcity, which means that money doesn't really matter. Money matters in the universe because of like the rest of the universe. Like the rest of the Alpha Quadrant that's not part of the Federation uses currency, like gold pressed latinum. Okay, like the Ferengi, right? What are we doing, gentlemen? Well, gentlemen, boys, we are doing some artwork, for better or for worse, whatever it means. Trying to understand axes and planes, kind of like what I try to passively work on whenever I do something. Also working with blending charcoal, I think is like a thing. So it's like I'm trying to understand blending and how to like the physics of blending, how it affects the perspective, how it affects the axes and planes. Subtle ways I can use shading and like value to indicate axis and plane. Learning any object in 2D and extruding it to 3D is very challenging. Yeah, I mean it's the whole challenge. It's the work of an artist, trying to understand how to represent 3D in a 2D space. That's the whole exercise. And I love it. I'm learning a lot these past couple of weeks that I've set a commitment to myself to learn art a little bit every day, even 3 minutes. I've already met my daily goal. So everything we do from here is bonus. When you set your daily success condition, it has to be so achievable that you can't possibly fail. And it's not because you're setting yourself low standards. A lot of people have this like perfectionist attitude that, you know, stops you from achieving success because you set your success goal so high that when you can't meet it, it's so much easier to give up on it. Like, oh, well, I can't draw for 3 hours today, so I may as well not draw at all. But if you say, I can draw for 3 minutes and that's my success condition, and you're also becoming more selective in that process because now you're like, what can I do in 3 minutes to improve my art, even if that's all I do? So you do 3 minutes of something where it's extremely targeted. You're targeting one of your weaknesses, or you're maintaining something and expanding on it, or you know, you're doing something with purpose for 3 minutes. But even if you just want to make some random marks on a page, the fact that you're training your body that this is time for art, this time of day, that at this time I set a goal and I met it, like that sets like a psychological dopamine like reward system. That you basically are rewarding yourself over time for showing up, which is really what matters. Because when you're gonna have days where you can only do 3 minutes, but you're gonna have days where you can do 3 hours. You're gonna have days where you can do 12 hours. Okay, but like if you can't show up for 3 minutes, none of those matter really, because you can always show up for 3 minutes a day. Draw for 3 minutes before you go to bed. Like, literally right as you're falling asleep, have like a pad of paper and a pencil or pen, and just make random marks on a page for 3 minutes while you're falling asleep. Like, that's something you can never fail at. Like, unless you're so sick that you're like literally like so violently unable to even grab a pencil. Like, you're like so weak that you're like throwing up blood and stuff. Like, you know, that's a different circumstance, okay? Like, let's be real. Most of the time you're not that kind of violently ill, okay? Even when you're sick with like you know, like some kind of like the cold or something, or you have diarrhea or something, like you're still able to do something. But even then, I think a day off is probably best in those kind of days. And having a day of like, 3 minutes a day is pretty good. You can even do that when you're sick. But also, it means that on your rest day, you don't have to give it up entirely. Just doing 3 minutes of it can be counting as your rest day, instead of doing a full session. But 20 minutes is a good goal to have in general. Like doing art for 20 minutes every day, or at least 6 days a week, is extremely valuable over time. And it's way more valuable than doing like 3 hours once a week. You could do 20 minutes a day, or you could do 3 hours once a week. I would choose 20 minutes a day every time. Now, fortunately, I have a lot of free time, and I need to be doing it. I need to be filling it with something that's going to help me through this really annoying bureaucratic process I'm in. And so basically, I'm trying to get through this. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm creating here, but we're getting it out onto the page. You're lyrically ill? It means you can't sing? You can't write lyrics? What's this? I don't know what it is, Matthew, but welcome. Can you touch your elbows together? Sometimes all you have to do is just start. Exactly. And when you set your goal as 3 minutes, you could even set your goal as 30 seconds. Hold a pencil, draw for 30 seconds. And I do have a project I'm going to be starting. Oh. I do have a project I'm going to be starting. I do have a project I'm going to be starting when I start doing more painting, particularly with oil painting. I have a project, obviously freeform art, where I just, spend the stream working on whatever. I might have like a particular medium in mind that day, but with oil painting, I have a specific plan, and I'm going to start this when I move out of this trailer. I want to have a fresh start with my life, and I want to do something. I kind of want to save oil painting for when I'm in as like a kind of inaugural practice. That it's like a reward for all the pain I've been through. I want to have positive associations with this change. And so I have a goal that I'm gonna create a YouTube series, and I'm gonna start out every single stream with oil painting, and I'm gonna set up my colors, spend the beginning of the stream setting up which colors I want to use for that session. But specifically, I'm gonna have a separate piece of work that is a canvas, and I'm gonna have it pre-coated with the first coat, and completely dried for at least 24 hours, possibly 48 hours, before I begin this first oil painting endeavor, where I want to spend the beginning of the stream deciding. I was going to say one stroke per stream for 90 days minimum, and then however long it takes until the condition is, and it's kind of subjective, after 90 days, I keep going with this process until even one dot would take away from the product. So basically, I go until I feel like there's no more marks that can add value to it. And it's going to be a little subjective, but a minimum of 90 days to make sure I don't cop out and end it early. But I think I need to change it to, instead of one brush, because oil painting, you're going to have to do little adjustments every time you approach the canvas. You're not going to do just one little stroke. You're going to be like moving stuff around. I want to set a timer, I think for 30 seconds a day for 90 days. And then over time, I have a progress of like a YouTube video that says today's stroke. And it'll start with like me preparing the oils and talking about whatever I'm talking about and talking about the project. And then it'll show the project. It'll show me doing the colors. And then I do the 30 seconds with a timer. I even put the timer in the video. And then I do it for 30 seconds and then stop as soon as the timer goes off. And that's the end of that video. I mean, I'm going to be doing it on stream. So then from there, I take that canvas and put it aside. And then because I already mixed all my paints for that day, I then work on a fresh canvas or a previous project that's like a more free, like, you know, no time limit. That is the project, Radian. That's what I was talking about. You just missed it, Radian. Basically, I have a 30-second a day for 90 days, 30-second a day limit of an oil painting project. And I'm going to do that multiple times. I want to see what I can do over the course of 3 months if I only do 30 seconds a day and allow it to dry for 24 hours. It's also practicing like proper oil painting strategies, because a lot of times people will not continue a painting until it's fully dried for 24 hours. Or possibly longer. So it's like it'll really get somewhere, I think. And also, it means that I get to see how my process evolves over time. And as those 90 days go on, those 30 seconds are going to become more meaningful. And so at the beginning, it might just be a lot of just value placement and stuff like that. As time goes on and I add more detail to that oil painting, 30 seconds at a time, and I can do anything within those 30 seconds. So I can stage all my tools. Like, I need this brush with this oil. I need this brush with this oil. I need the knife, you know, with that oil, or an empty knife, you know, like the palette knife. Like, I can do whatever I can within those 30 seconds, and I'm gonna plan them so I can do as much as possible in those 30 seconds. And then the timer goes off and everything, you know, no more touching the canvas until the next day, until 24 hours. I would say 24 hours, but like until the next day's stream, right? And I think even when I'm not going live, I could do the daily, like 30 seconds. How much is an oil kit altogether? Well, you can get a cheap one. I think I spent like $25 on an oil kit. That's not the point. The quality of the tools are not the point. I want to set this project because I think it'll be cool. Because at the end of the 90 days plus, when it's over, I can then do a montage. Like, I can connect the whole entire process, the 30-second chunk videos. I can connect them all into one single video, and then you'll see the whole process in real time, pretty much. Like, you'll see it as if I was doing it continuously. And you'll get to see how it evolved. Like 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there, 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there. Put them all together of 90 days worth of that into one single video. Like, I think that would be a great YouTube project over the course of 90 days. And I would grab an audience over time as I created the video every single day of the 30-second update. So by the time the final video is done, I'll have the whole 90 plus day combination in a single video that everybody's been waiting for. So I think it's like a useful endeavor. Plus, as soon as I'm done with that first 30 seconds, I then move that aside and I work on a freeform canvas, either a continuation of another project or a new project. A la Bob Ross. So it's like I'm not just getting all my oils prepped and then just putting them all away and letting them go to waste. I'm getting the oils prepped for the day, and I'm starting every day with a ritual of 30 seconds on the canvas. And then as soon as the 30 seconds are done, you know, pencils down. You know, or brushes down, I guess. I think that's a pretty cool project. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to do it. I think it's really cool. And I'm going to start that when I move out of this trailer. I'm gonna do it somehow. I'm gonna find a space to record it if I can't stream it. Because I need to find a space to do oil painting. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it in my room or at the house that I'm gonna live in, but I'm gonna make it happen. I'm not gonna let things hold me back. I'm gonna start letting my creative self flourish. And I'm already starting to do that now, but I'm really gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna go full all-out creative mode when I finally move out of this trailer. I'm not holding myself up to like a huge like pressure to it. I'm trying to make it like kind of natural. Like I'm easing into it. Drawing stresses you out, well then that defeats the whole purpose. It's supposed to calm you. If drawing stresses you out, maybe drawing is not for you, but I highly encourage you to find a medium that brings you calm. It should be like meditation. It should feel like relaxing and comfortable. It shouldn't feel stressful. Find something that works for you. Find an environment that works for you. Find something that, like, find a project that you want to learn. Like, what kind of style do you want to draw? Do you want to draw like anime? Well, then there's a process for that. And, just find, you don't have to like practice fundamentals, at least right away. Just do something for fun. Stop worrying about what the end result is. Focus more on the process, because that's the only thing that really matters. Because if you can't show up every day, it doesn't matter how good you are, because you're not making anything. Even if you were like, like some kind of like I don't know, an example of like a famous artist. Like even if you were like Van Gogh or Monet or somebody, like all these like famous artists, right? Even if you're one of these famous artists that had the most amazing talent or skill, which is another word for talent, even if you're one of those people that had the amazing, like top tier, world class ability, if all you do is like, smoke weed and eat Doritos and don't show up to the canvas or the page, then none of that skill matters. So even if you're drawing scribbles like I am, you're already winning. Used to be my go-to relaxing time, now it just stresses me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Serby. I hope that you find it again. I felt that way about music for a while. I think I'm slowly starting to wake up to it again, but it's going to be slow. And I think art, like drawing and painting, is going to be my current engagement with art right now. Like drawing and painting, because it's a really intimate, personal form of expression. It's like dance, but it's like dancing with your mind. It's like dance, but dance is like with your body, and it does integrate with your mind, but it's like getting your body into movement. And you're moving a lot if you're drawing like with correct form. It's like a dance, like, like doing circles, for example. Like you can't do it slowly. You got to do it at a certain rhythm. It's like rocking back and forth. Like to do a circle, you can't do it slow. You have to do it fast. Not fast, but like you have to do it like with a motion. Because art is motion. You're moving something in space and time to create an artifact. Like the mark on the page is a result of the movement, right? So it's like I'm like moving my arm, like it's rhythmic. There's form. I should probably make some coffee. Got the tea kettle for water. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna give you guys some ASMR. So, yeah, I got this container for coffee. It's got this special mechanism. It's called airless. So it basically pushes the air out. So you guys get to hear it. Yeah, coffee. Let's go. We're gonna grind some coffee. Yeah, we got this grinder. It's a bird grinder manual. I have it set. I have it set to 7. You should get therapy? Maybe. I mean, if you have to talk to somebody about it, you know, you have to talk to somebody about it. If I'm the beginning of that leads you to whatever you need, then, you know, I'm glad that I can be that for you, but I'm not a therapist. But if talking about it helps, then, you know, you got to talk about things, you know, if something is holding you back. Yeah, coffee. It stresses me because every time I sit to draw, I feel like I have to make it good. I feel that one. Good workout. Yeah, and there we go. And here, you guys can see the I got some coffee here. Maybe if, here, let's try something interesting. Okay, and then you could close this. Isn't that satisfying? Okay, time to make some coffee. And I got this nice like copper filter, like filterless. Yeah, it's like this paperless filter. It's really fine. Like it basically acts just like paper. And so my water kettle allows you to set the temperature. It works on a different kind of heating source than most automatic kettles. You can actually use hot water and keep it at a temperature. So I can set my coffee to 205 degrees Fahrenheit. And I measure it out in basically in 1.5. This is 12 ounces. I do like 18 ounces of water. So like 1.5 of these. All right, you guys can't see it, but I'm pouring the coffee. Here we go. Yeah, for green tea, for my chicory root, I do 194 degrees. And for green tea, I use 175 degrees. Got your daily ASMR. Yeah, you guys like ASMR kind of stuff? And see how the coffee, ground coffee beans affect the lines. Like, oh, using them as ways to, in order to clean them off, I have to make marks on the page. Make it like a video game. Yeah, I think like getting over perfection is like you have to think about your success condition as process. And that's how I get over it, because I'm not this great amazing artist, okay? Like, and if I tied my happiness to my results, I would be giving up all the time, which is what was happening. I had to change my mindset to my identity is not based in my output, is not based on my results over whether or not somebody thinks it's good or not, because that's extremely subjective. It's not going to really help. I think setting your expectations to be, I am the kind of person who shows up, and feeling pleasure in the fact that you respect